Welcome all of you to day 4 of Journey to 2500. I took a day off yesterday and we are right now at 2250 and let's start a new game. Okay, so we get white this time and we are playing against 2282. So we are going to try the London system, make it work. Okay. My opponent is trying the symmetrical structure, which is fine. C5. And now I have a couple of choices to make. I can go by the normal structure. I think I should go by the normal C3. Okay. Probably bishop e3 is the main move. Okay, fine. Everything is fine till now. Bishop to e7 is a new move, which I don't like personally too much. The idea is now I have this huge control. Okay, I can just play knight to d2 and try to play this line. Okay, fine. This is takes. Now 95. I have to go. Maybe I also have e4, right? So when this flank idea is not working, always try to open up the center, as they say. Okay, let's go for it. Takes, check. Queen takes, pawn takes. I can take like that, but then this has this, but then queen f4 check. Fine, I can just take the pawn. And we have isolated d pawn. Whenever you have isolated d pawn, usually you should try to put your pieces on the squares where the pawn is supposed to be guarding. And if you're defending against isolated d pawn, you have to place your knight on d5. So something like some maneuver. Okay, so you try to bring your knight on f6, like probably like this, that, there, or maybe there will be some faster route to do that. Maybe this. Maybe an intermediate check would work. I guess both sides are having equal play. The whole point of London system is not allowing black to play e5. I guess he can play e5, but then I just take. Okay, that's something new. Queen to d5, blocking the d5 square by the queen. I can play knight c3 to kick him back, but maybe he wants to castle long, but I don't believe that is the right way to do that. Maybe my opponent wants this, that, and then queen d4, then we have bishop e5, and that hangs the queen. Maybe I can just simply do this. Still knight d4. Okay, so he really wants to go the other way. So I have to do something. So now this knight d4 is actually a threat, because knight d4 takes, queen takes, and then we don't have bishop e5 because queen takes, and then it goes back. I have to reinforce this pawn. Or maybe just knight c3 works. Knight c3 is fine, just kick the queen. And the queen is not having much good squares. Okay, queen goes back. And then probably knight b5. asking some more questions, or maybe I have also d5 some point. Knight b5, queen to b4 can happen, but then knight c7. Knight b5, queen to b8 is the only choice. And that looks good to me for a moment, because then I have this d5 at some point. Yes, queen b8. And probably I should go for some push here. You know, something like some sacrifice. Once you take, then I have this rook e8 idea. And then you have a3. And yeah, I just want to go for this d5 sacrifice. So d5, they are forced to actually take me. After takes, we have rook here, h6. And after e6, rook e7 won't work. Not so good. I can just come back, right? Knight c3. Play simple chess. And then queen e6. a6 is actually a threat. I want to do something like knight e5, but then takes, queen takes, and then we have rook e1 tempo, queen goes back to b8. And probably rook c7, right? I guess I want to do this. Takes, rook e1, queen b8, and then rook c1. And then c7 is hanging, so they have to play something like bishop back, but then d6 hangs. I believe so. No, d6 doesn't hang because of my bishop. Yeah, so takes, rook e1. If he castles, I have rook e1, I have knight d6 as well. Castling, there's a very funny line that after castle, knight d6 takes. If queen tries to take, I have bishop h7. a6 right now. Queen g4 takes, queen there. Okay, so I have this. Knight d6 takes, queen takes. And then just that's not nice. I have to keep pieces on the board. I have to come back probably somewhere. Knight d4, queen takes. Just come back to c3. Queen takes, rook e1. And now maybe I have some lines like queen g4. He can play queen g5. And then just queen f3, maybe bishop c6. Okay, some place there. I'm down a pawn. He has bishop pair, but I have better development. That's some. I think black is slightly better here. -1 or something, but. Okay. And then just something like queen g4. 94, I don't believe it to be true. I have 94 ideas. Leading somewhere, maybe 94. So that if he tries to attack, I have this rook c1. Okay, I don't like this. Come back. Oh, he wants to draw. Okay. Well, still fine. Yeah, I don't know why he went for a draw, but I think... yeah, it is a draw actually, 94. Other than that, every move is... like he had queen c5. I don't know why he did not go for it. And yes, I guess as I was saying before, black was slightly better after the opening. Somewhere over here when I messed up this knight h5 idea. So okay, so here nbd2, knight h5, and then dc5 could have been tried. I went d3, it's fine. dc5 was still... dc5 is still a line. Takes, we need to e5. e4. Yeah, this is probably a better setup. So next time I'll just capture on. Alright, fine. It was just an easy draw. I just got one extra point from that. Let's try one more, because this was kind of a no-gainer. But black this time, and my opponent is 2105. He's playing d4, I'll go knight f6, and probably some Nimzo or maybe the Queen's Gambit decline. These are the only two choices. Okay, now he's trying the London. Nice. Okay, so I should go for this plan. I guess it starts with d5 first and c5 next. Okay, and now c5, and I guess queen b6. Yes, and usually what happens is that this queen b6 idea is popular, but they go knight c3. But first of all, I want to take, and then maybe I want to go this queen b6. Putting pressure, they will play this. Yes, and now I cannot go there because of knight b5. So first of all, I'll play bishop to d7. They have to try this knight e5 idea, and after that I have to just go a6. Yes, and now a6, and then okay, after takes, and maybe I'm ready to take now. They have to protect it. Okay, fine. And once everything is done, I believe okay, so I guess the position is still fine. Rook to b1 is something I don't like too much. I guess that's a decent move. I guess over here he should have tried after a6. I guess the main move was leave queen to f3, allowing this thing to happen, because after rook b1 it has a lot of counter chances. Rook b1, queen a3, rook b7, then maybe e6, rook b3, queen somewhere. I guess queen a5, and then this knight goes on c4 because pawn cannot take because this is hanging. So I guess that's the main line. All right, let's try to go forward. I guess e6 can be played here. Just normal developing move e6, trying to put pressure. Okay, bishop d6 is still fine because now he doesn't have this idea of putting a knight on e5. Now, yes, now he wants to go defensive. That's the whole point. That's why black is achieving equality, because now I can just go e4 at some point. I guess that's the main thing. So I can just try to castle, or maybe just put more pressure on this guy over here. Right? Rook c8. Or maybe just castles. Okay, so he's not. Oops. My goodness, why would I play like that? So I'll have to kind of read out my ideas. Rook b8 doesn't make any sense. It's a mouse slip. I am in. This is very bad from my side. I have to. Okay, anyways, I just castle. Play this move at some point. Okay, so I go here. But this rook b8 is a bad move. It's a loss of a tempo, I guess. I believe e5 should be played at some point. e5 takes, and then put the knight on here. So rook d8 has to be played, because queen and knight will be attacking on d5. Only one defender is there from my side. So yeah, I mean, this rook belongs to d file, but this rook belongs to c file. And there I messed up a bit. Bishop to d3. Now I guess the same plan can work, right? Because, okay, now I guess I can go e5 takes, knight takes, and he doesn't have enough times. Now I can just do that. Okay, whenever this is like a queen's gambit structure, it also comes in Caro-Kann. I guess they call it as Panov variation, in which in Caro-Kann they play something like c4, and then isolated pawns are created on the d file from both sides, and then usually this bishop f5 always keeps an eye on the c8 square, which I have never felt very comfortable playing as black. So I guess rook b8 is a kind of a blessing in disguise. Now my opponent understands the whole thing, and he now tries to protect it. Okay, which makes sense. And this guy has to be defended. And how do I defend it? Maybe by queen d7, or okay, I can go rook d8 maybe. So knight takes, and then just maybe bishop goes here somewhere. Right, so I guess rook d8 is still fine. Maybe queen moves somewhere, and then just come back with the bishop. Yeah, I guess rook d8 is still fine. Rook d8 is still fine. It's not like a hanging pawn. Takes, queen takes, and then we have bishop a3. I want to put a knight on c4 now to put pressure on this bishop. I don't like my opponent having the bishop pair when the center is open. When the center is closed, then bishop pairs are not that powerful, but they are super powerful when the center is open. So right now you can see e file is like a open file, and the d file is a semi-open file. The bishop pair is actually not so good for black when your opponent is having the bishop pairs. So maybe knight to c4, knight e3 should be one of the choices. Alright. So also one of the important facts is when I played rook b8, I have not moved the rook from b8 square. Now I can go to c8 because this bishop can never come on f5 for some time. And this rook b8 is now not a tempo loss for black, because white had moved the bishop first on e2, then on d3, then back on e2. And now basically I think my opponent is thinking that knight d5 takes, queen takes, and bishop a3. And then where will the queen go? So yeah, so he went for it. Takes. Bishop e3, and now he has to figure out a square for the queen. Queen can sit like this, queen can sit like that. Still fine. c2 is hanging in some lines. Okay, he has to protect, so he did that. And I believe now just come back, right? It's kind of equal material. Come back. And come back where is also very important. So bishop c5 is better, but then bishop f4 is there. This idea is not so good for me, so I have to come back. And then again we have to go with our usual plan. Now bishop d3 cannot be played because takes, but my opponent will try some lines at some point to checkmate me. I want to just go like this. Also, I believe this is a very drawish kind of a setup. Very drawish. My opponent have bishop pairs, but the pawn structure is more or less the same. 3 on the king side, 2 on the queen side, and everything. Okay, now this is something I'm not a big fan of, because now it allows me to go c4, and now this happens. And actually we have this after that. Okay, so my opponent, I guess my opponent is making too much of it now. I guess this is a bad move. This is a super bad move now, because after like knight e3, check, I go here, check, fine, I go here. What's the follow-up? Rook e1, fine, rook e1, then I have something like no, he cannot go that because his queen will be hanging. So queen goes here, and I mean, I can just play this, or maybe why even that? Okay, this is too much what my opponent is doing now. This is not so good. I want to go for it. This is not so good. And now he cannot even take. That's the funny part, because of bishop c5. I guess this is win for black now. Queen h7 looks nice, but after king f8, queen h8, king e7, the queen is under attack. If queen g7, then I take the rook. There's no follow. And if queen here check, I have to hide somewhere, and figuring out that square won't be that tough, I guess. Maybe just maybe try to escape like this, right? Okay, he's going for it, so now this. Okay, what should I do here? I guess I can take more pieces, right? Take, he goes check, I hide. Yeah, I just take more piece. I guess this should be winning. Now bishop f5 is a decent choice, but then I have, okay. My opponent is going all in, but my king is very safe. Like this or like that. On e7, my king is one of the safest pieces. Maybe here he should have got the bishop f5, probably. I guess here bishop f5 is a better choice, I think, now that I'm calculating. Bishop f5 looks good, but then even after that, bishop f5 have this check, and the king has again some space to walk. So king, after bishop f5, bishop c5, king f1, king d6, king goes here, knights. Like, my opponent went all in, but I think maybe still he has some chances. Only problem is he doesn't have any dark square attack. My king will be very safe on the dark square. Queen f7, king c6, bishop e4, king b6. Everything is protected. Like the king is, if the king goes on the right side of my pieces, the king is the most safest king. And I believe, okay, so he's trying that. I have either this way or I can just go up. Right? I guess going up is a better choice. Bishop b4, I have king b6. Go up. They cannot enter. Rook comes. Queen cannot enter. Bishop can enter for a moment, but I have king b6. And the attack stops. Cannot takes. Now I just want to save the knight. Okay, takes, and now just exchange, and now I'm just +2 at the end of the calculation. So everything is fine for black, but if black still has to come. Okay, my opponent is offering me a draw. That's silly. So I guess I have to enter now. If I go here, I just enter, forcing him to play something like, okay, so he goes and stops me directly. So I enter this way, maybe. And then I just want to go here, try to put pressure on the pawn. Now this is important because I think it covers the square and they cannot play this. King f2, bishop c5 is always there. Also bishop, no, not even required, bishop f4 is there. And now I just try to convert the position. Hang on a moment here. Wait. First of all, I went +3. I gave a couple of pawns. The whole thing is my opponent has this pawn, connected pawns that can become potential passives. That's slightly worrisome for, yes, my opponent is actually trying that. And I have to stop him somehow. I can go like this, he goes here, and I have to just go and exchange everything, right? I just go here. Okay, he can push, but I go here, the bishop is already controlling f8. And I have to exchange rooks. moment I exchange one rook, the position is getting better for black. Because when you are +2, you just have to exchange pieces. Just go and exchange as many pieces as you can. Okay, so I can now go there, exchange. This is not a threat because I just take with check and then I just go here. Okay, so check there, and then I just go somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I go here. I bring king in. So this is like I can even exchange, takes, everything's fine. Okay, why do I want to just give away the advantage like that? So the bishop is trapped, that's a funny story. And I have to just place my bishop like this. Okay. First of all, I want to eat the pawn. I'll force my opponent to kind of a zugzwang. And then I just want to exchange everything. Okay. And probably just a move, a passing move. Like this. And now my opponent has to make a decision. We'll play this. Okay, so I have to basically go like this. He goes here and now then I go here. Yeah, now he has to, my opponent is into zugzwang. He has to play with the king. As expected. Okay, so now my rook is free. Even my rook was free before that. I believe I have to now jump and take away everything, right? Check. Take the pawn. We don't rush it. Okay, you know what? Just go for it. Wasting a lot of time. Yeah, okay, good game. So basically, let's check the accuracy of it. Like, I'm sure it was not that accurate, but I guess it's a decent game. So computer is calculating the accuracy, and by the time, yeah, let's reach the critical situation. Oh, nice. So it was a 94% accuracy. I made one blunder the computer says, which is knight c4 actually. And knight c4 gives away the advantage. Let's see why it's a blunder. Knight c4 is actually the third best move from the computer, but the computer still finds it as a blunder. But it's interesting to know that only after knight c4 everything started to happen. Sometimes you have to just play your opponent, something like that, and then everything was just not necessary what my opponent did. I went here, everything was fine, takes, and then just Okay, so endgame, I would say it was not that neat. Maybe it was fine, but I could have done better. And all right. Regarding the opening, yeah, opening was just equal because whenever you play London, so the main line is that in this setup I have seen YouTube mention a lot of traps like this. And then there is knight b5, knight a6, pawn a3, and now the queen is trapped. The queen has no square, so something like this, and the queen becomes trapped here. And bishop f5 is one of the main lines, and then just I guess takes e6 or something, knight of d4, and the queen is getting trapped. Slowly, I guess rook here, there, the queen will be trapped at some point. 5, rook b1, queen e2, and I think knight c3, no, rook a1 first, he goes here, rook b1, there, queen c1, yeah, queen c1 was the move to control this square and then probably at some point go there. Bishop b4 something, then rook a1, and the queen is trapped. So that is the main line. That's why I always say that never learn traps, because everything changes just after takes and this. And now knight c3. Of course, I should not do that. This is like a beginner's mistake because knight b5, knight e6, rook b1, and takes there, and then there's some bishop d3 queen trap. But after this, I believe first bishop here, knight e5, e6, knight takes, and now the main line is queen f3, because now you should again try to invite, and that was what I was trying to mention there. I guess rook b7, e6, rook b3, queen a5, knight c4, I guess. Yes, that's the main thing, because the knight cannot be taken because of this. And if you take, I have this, you take, I have that, and this is pretty much losing. Like, you go here, I have this, go queen d8, and after queen d8, computer shows queen takes, king takes, and probably a b3. So white is better, white is close to +2 kind of a situation, computer wise, but logically it's just +1, but the king cannot castle, and white is more comfortable playing this setup. Look at the pawns in the center, they are connected, and that's the main thing, that's the main line. But to go in that deep, it's not usually the case. And also, that's funny story that maybe on yesterday, I uploaded a video on this particular topic. I was taking an advanced beginner class, and I just taught them that after scene to d4, everything changes, and you have to know a lot that how do you go forward. So maybe that might have helped. Anyways, with that said, I'll stop here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.